caught the leader. You know, and Butler's wife works trying to help him meet his goal of being in a... Oh, and we see Sedgwick go around. Do a 360 now. Put it in gear. Come on, Bill. Go. That's it.
No caution. As good a crew chief as he is a driver. It's a fascinating story here behind Sedgwick. Started out as the jack man for old Herschel McGriff, and then got in a race car. The first race he won, he moved Herschel out of the way, bumped him, went by and won it. Here's what happened to him here. I think this is one of those by yourself spins you were talking about.
It looks that way. See, I'm telling you, it's difficult to ride around here and not spin out by yourself. He goes around, but does a great job. 360, puts in first gear and says, okay, back racing again.
Sedgwick said they were actually pretty good in practice. They loosened the thing way up for qualifying, loosened it up too much. I don't think they went back enough the other way. Actually, still just a tad loose right there.
Yep.
No caution out for Sedgwick, but he has managed to keep that truck relatively dent-free. And I think that's a testament to his background as a crew chief. He doesn't bring the truck back all beat up, at least under normal circumstances. But we continue to make the point. It's going to be hard to have this fender straight tonight.
Now, I was telling about Toby Butler's wife working, trying to earn enough money to keep him going while he tries to be a race truck driver. Guess who she works for?
I give up.
Mike Skinner's PR people. The Goodrich Chevrolet. Dave Allen and the Champion Group.
I'll bet Mike will give him a lot of slack when he gets up there on account of that, right? I'll tell you what, they got to get through Keselowski first. I'm impressed with that Dodge. They have definitely had the race of the season. So that brand is Keselowski, who has a little previous experience on this racetrack. Arca came here and ran about a year ago. So Keselowski has at least one race, well, part of one race. He admitted he crashed under his belt. Skinner's coming after him.
And then look at Pirelli on the outside. Ooh, a little bit of contact. Looked like between the 3 and the 6.
It's getting busy. Look out, P.J. Jones, number 1. Right there in the thick of that. Keselowski works on Toby Butler, and they begin to open up a little bit of a gap behind the melee behind them. P.J.'s hanging on, but only by his fingernails as the assault is on. This is your race for the lead, and the battle for third is tightening up and getting interesting. And it's relatively clean. We got a momentary call here. Maybe they got all that traction out of their system.
There we see Resendez in the Exxon truck going to lap down.
Pirelli going side by side with Skinner.
Uh-oh, there's
Keselowski. 3 wide. That'll never work. Woo, that'll never work.
Keselowski trying to take that lead on the outside as Butler was hung up on the outside of Resendez.
I think he thought he could stick him behind Resendez. It didn't quite work. Resendez got scraped off in traffic last week at I-70 Speedway, and that's how Skinner beat him. Resendez had caught Skinner, who was down to 7 cylinders, got right on his bumper. Skinner worked the traffic a little bit better and just kind of scraped him off on the last lap, beating by a car length. But that was on that doesn't look quite right to me. Not very aerodynamic.
He's made some contact with the right front with someone.
He hit something pretty hard. That thing smashed up good.
There we see
Pirelli again on the outside. May make it work this time. Skinner seems to have lost a little of the edge.
Oh, and Nemechek. He's set right in the middle of the racetrack.
Look out, boys. Here come the leader.
Come on, guys. Careful now.
They're all by. Well, that'll get us a yellow. I was going to bet you $1 they wouldn't go 10 laps that run without another yellow, Betty. I'd have lost my money right there. That one was relatively clean for about 15 or 20 laps, and we saw some good racing. There was a big concern that this was just going to end up being some kind of a single-file can't-pass-anybody deal.
And we see that some smoke coming out of the left rear of the Burger King truck, so that means he's overheating. We see the steam coming out, so evidently when you see steam coming out, he's lost most of the water. If there was water in there, it would be water coming out and not steam.
Good point. John Nemechek in trouble with the Burger King truck. He's taken off the gloves this time. I believe it's going to be call it a night time for Nemechek as we approach the midway point of a wild and woolly Ford Truck 200. Be right back. Skinner, who seems to have backed up a little bit. Sedgwick has spun but remains 6th. Rutman, the early leader, battling back inside the top 10. Portgay, Strait, and Miller rounding out the top 10. Let's see. I would say fewer than half of those guys have not been doing at least a 360 one time here during the course of this evening's action. It's going to be that kind of a night. They ought to pay the money to the guy who spins least. Bliss will be on the tail end of the lead lap as we go back to green with Toby Butler, the leader. Let's see who's got what with the tires cooled down. There's Butch Miller, 98. Haven't seen a lot from him tonight. He's being very cautious and trying to stay out of trouble. Great restart for Butler. Resendez is a lap down there at number 7.
Keselowski trying to get by Resendez. He does make it there. We see the 38 of Swindell. He also a lap down in that channel lock truck. I realize it's not your familiar blue, but that's a backup truck.
Down in the nose there. Remember, they run 101 laps, and then they throw a caution and take a break. Pirelli is going to try to get around P.J. Jones. I believe it's 4 to go before the break.
And there's Rudman on the inside of Sedgwick trying to find his way back. Remember, Rudman is not a lap down. Oh, it was 3 abreast. 3 deep going in the corner.
Great work. Everybody keeping it off the wall there. The scramble is on with 3 to go for position at the end of the first half. They'll take a break, service the trucks, and go again. Keselowski wants the lead. Comes up, gives Butler a nudge, moves to the inside, hits him again. Get out of the way. Let's put this big black Dodge out front. Benny, can he get around him?
I don't know. This is a grand. Halfway point, $1,000 from Gatorade. And let's face it, Keselowski meet, and it's halfway. The next time, they will get the cost the next time.
What's he going to do?
They've already given the halfway, so Butler has won $1,000. But meanwhile, Keselowski's trying his best to get through. He's on the outside, Dave. Here he goes.
Here they come. I think this is for the money right here. And by a margin of about 2 feet, Toby Butler will hang on for it. Keselowski was going for it. You can bet his brother, the crew chief, was on the radio saying, get your foot on the wood, find a way around. We can use the cash. Keselowski's got a lot to be happy about.
Now, they can change 1 tire per position during this stop. But you know the most important tool they're going to have in the pits? A big sledgehammer. Beat those fenders off those tires.
Get the thing somewhere back near straight. Not for cosmetic purposes, but to keep yourself out of trouble in the 99 laps still to go. Tell you what, they got a figure-8 race track in the middle of this place. They ran a rookie figure-8 race last night with 30 cars, ran 25 laps, didn't have a yellow flag. Bringing trucks out here tonight, it's been chaos for 101 laps. That brings back fond memories from you. You started out figure-8 racing.
Exactly. Used to win those won an 8 figure-8 race at Flat Rock, Michigan. There we see Butler bringing his truck into the pit area. Boy, don't you know this crew is all excited. Toby Butler, the best run he's had all year in the NASCAR Supertruck Series.
This is Jim Venable's crew, and Jim, of course, is a longtime truck racer and really one of the pioneers of this series. Let's go to Marty Reed.
Well, we're going to go to work on the left side here, putting the fresh rubber on. I'm looking at the tires, and surprisingly, guys, considering all the war that has been going on out there, the wear seems to be pretty doggone good. And especially, probably one of the nice parts is the fact that the clouds have rolled in, and the temperature has dropped about 4 degrees from the initial start of the race. So right now, Toby Butler getting some fresh tires, and we're going to have a little bit of a break here. We're going to try and talk to some of these guys as we go through. Right now, Toby's got the helmet off and is getting a cool drink of water and doing a quick debrief. And then we'll get back to you when these guys are ready to go.
This is when Marty Reed will earn his money as they take the halftime break that is traditional in the Supertruck Series. Toby Butler is the leader over the Dodge of Keselowski. We'll be back with more of the halftime break.